Hey guys, it is Thursday, September 26th, and I'm filming this video for you because the Allure Best of Beauty 2024 awards just came out. And I didn't actually know this until they commented on last year's video that their awards were coming out today. I had something totally different planned to film today, but today we're gonna go over the Best of Beauty for 2024 for Allure. I tend to favor their Reader's Choice Awards, and I do have opinions on their Allure Best of Beauty Awards. Every year I've done this, I've kind of gone over my same things and opinions, but there are some really good products, I thought, this year. And I did gather everything that I had for a full face. I'm able to show you a full face with all the products that I have from this year's winners, and just looking at it right now, I love the products I have on hand. I have used products for every category that they had on their Best of Beauty this year, so I can comment on the products if I don't currently have them, because there are some categories that I do not agree with. I digress. We're gonna jump into this video. It's gonna be a long one. I do have a tutorial that you're gonna see for this makeup look. It's basically my everyday makeup, just using the Best of Beauty Allure Awards. I have notes upon notes for this video. Starting off with eyes, we have one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time that was included in this year's Best of Beauty Awards. We have the MakeupByCheryl Master Mattes palette. I did a very basic look using the palette, one that I would do every day, just something in the crease, a little bit of lightness on the lid to clean that area up, some shadow liner, and that's it for my eyes. Also, I did use one of the award-winning concealers as my base, and I think it's a really nice neutral undertone. I know in previous tutorials, my eye base is looking super yellow. I totally agree with you guys. So let me know how you like this color for my eyeshadow. It is more neutral. I don't think it's pulling yellow at all today. And I think it looks a lot better on camera. So I'm hoping you guys like this base, even though I did pick up some of the ones you suggested. MakeupByCheryl, one of my top 10 palettes. I do have a top 10 series on my channel if you want to go check that out, of my personal favorites in makeup categories. I've been working on that for the past year, and I have some amazing products over there. Also, I'm going to be filming my top 3 in every category after this video, so you can see my favorites in each category. Some of these I actually agree with. I do think there's some that are missing, some brands too, which I was surprised didn't even make the cut. On my channel, I've also used the Too Faced mini eyeshadow palette. They had 2 of them, which I really liked. I really like the cool tone one over the neutral one. I think is the Natural Nudes, which they do have for a winner. That one best eyeshadow palette as well. And if you see me looking down, I'm just reading off my notes. There were best eyeshadow stick category from the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks, which I think are good. I believe they've won probably many times. There's some NARS ones that are out that I think are really good. Didn't make the cut though. We have the best neutral pencil eyeliner, which these Estee Lauder ones won. And I've been complaining on my channel for the past couple years how this one was limited edition because it was in collaboration with someone, and it's from Estee Lauder. And the ones that I saw are identical to this. So you know who's gonna be going on the Estee Lauder website to purchase this after this video. So I was so happy to see that. I wouldn't have known about them otherwise. I thought it was discontinued, and it's my favorite eyeliner formula. So I'm so happy to have seen that for this video. They also included the Kulfi eye pencil, which I used today, and I already feel like it's missing from my waterline, and I applied this maybe 30 minutes ago while I just finished doing my hair, and I can't honestly tell that my eye is lined with this pencil, so I don't agree with that. Then a category I don't currently have, because again, these are ones that I don't agree with. We're starting off with mixed opinions right now, but for mascara, we have the best volumizing mascara, which was the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Panorama Mascara. I didn't like that mascara. I gave it to a friend who wanted to use it because I did purchase it for a video. Much too wet, didn't like the brush, didn't like how it volumized and lengthened my lashes. I just didn't think it did much. And I love L'Oreal mascara, so that was saying a lot that that didn't honestly make the cut for me. And then also they had the best tubing mascara, which was from Tarte. I thought I had a sample to try for trying new makeup. Apparently I don't. But I do love the Cali Ray tubing mascara. I don't currently have this, so I just use my own mascara For that portion of the video, they also had some winning eyelashes from Ardell and Kiss, which are really natural half lashes for Kiss, and then some cluster lashes from Ardell, which makes sense because I feel like a natural lash is really in right now, especially do-it-yourself lash extensions or anything to give a very natural look for lashes. So those don't surprise me, especially those two brands, to have Ardell and Kiss, which when I think of lashes, that's personally where my mind goes, so it doesn't shock me there that those were included. Then we move on to complexion, which right now, my complexion looks incredible. I cannot get over how good my skin looks, how everything played. And this is where I get excited because a lot of my favorite products were actually included in here. To see that and be able to play around with all these products together, which I normally wouldn't include a lot of these together, I think it turned out great. I'm in love with everything about my complexion right now, but we're gonna start off with some skincare, which is what I put on my face prior to moving on to foundation. So I'm trying to go in the steps that I did my tutorial. I'm gonna try and make it as congruent as possible for you for the tutorial portion. For skin, we got a couple things here. We have my eye serum, which I've raved about this line from Lancome for so long. This is my recent addition to this whole line for me, is this serum. So it won this year. This is the HCF triple serum. You just pump it out, comes out 3 holes, you mix it together, and it's a beautiful eye serum for underneath the eyes. So I did apply this prior to going in with the rest of my makeup, and I just love this. I love how thin and hydrating this whole line is, and this is one of the few lines that I personally noticed a difference to my skin after one time of using it, because my skin was just eating up this whole combination they do. It stays stable because it's all in 3 different chambers. I just love it. So if you haven't checked out the facial serum, that's my absolute favorite. I've gone through multiple tubes, but the eye serum won this year, and I'm so happy it did because I love it so much. For best clean skincare, we have the Ilia, the base face milk, which I had to take out of my empties bin because I love this so much, which is another product you would have heard me talk about and rave about on my channel, because this is my favorite face milk on the market. There's tons out there. This is my personal fave, so to see it win was amazing. If you're looking for a lightweight moisturizer, this is it. It's perfect underneath makeup. I just love it so much. I tried to get out a little bit to show you, but I honestly didn't even have enough to do that for this video. So it was in my empties, and you'll see that in a future empties video. But I did have something kind of similar that did win an award, and this is actually a toner product, but similar to that kind of really hydrating milky consistency, and it's from Rhode, and I know a lot of you are probably familiar with this product. It's the glazing milk. It went viral on socials, and I really like this. I do like the Ilia a little bit more. I find because this is more of a toning milk, my skin is quite sensitive. The Ilia is a little bit more gentle on my skin compared to this, but I did use this for the video and show you, and I love this also underneath makeup. It's nice and lightweight, gives hydration to the skin. It's a ceramide facial essence, which is nice to have ceramides in skincare as well. So this is something I haven't used long term, so I can't really speak on it like I can for my Lancome, but I do like this for underneath makeup. I can see why Rhode did win an award, because they're just a brand that I expected to see win something this year. For facial primer, something that I've actually used up that I couldn't even show you because I love it that much, is from Beauty Blender. It's their primer that I've raved about because I'm in love with their skin tint, and I like the primer hand in hand. So this is the Beauty Blender Boost Firming and Smoothing Peptide Primer. You get the peptides and the moisturizing. It does have a heavy scent though. That's something that I find a little off-putting. If you're going to purchase that, just know going in that I do find it's heavily fragranced, but in terms of how it preps the skin, moisturizes the skin, I do really love it, especially if you're a fan of skin tints. I just think it works beautifully. With the skin tints on the market, anything super thin and serum-like, it's just a game changer for hydration for me, and something that I actually used up the whole thing, which is saying a lot for someone who uses so much makeup on my channel. For me to use up products says a lot about the product, and to repurchase, because I have repurchased that a couple times. I just haven't recently because I'm trying to use up other things. I don't like things going to waste. I do like to use my makeup. I know that shocks a lot of people who watches a beauty YouTube channel, they don't expect you to use up products. I use up stuff. And if I'm not, I pass it on to friends and family because I don't want things going to waste. Very mindful about using up products. For best matte primer, we have e.l.f., which again, love to see e.l.f. win some awards, and they have their liquid putty primer, which I have used and love, and I don't currently have it. I have their jar one, which I didn't use for this video because I wanted to use a different primer, but I still think it deserved to win an award. It's a great primer. For best clean makeup, this is what I used as my primer, and it's from Saie. This is the Glowy Super Gel in Sun Glow. I used this kind of as bronzing drops for myself because they did have a bronzing drop category winner, which was, surprise, surprise, Drunk Elephant, which I actually think there's so many more better ones than the Drunk Elephant on the market, so I didn't actually include that in this video because I really love this Saie. I can see why this won an award. I just have a little mini of this because I have a lot of makeup, so it's nice when I can get minis and things to test out, but this is one of those products that I would 100% purchase the full size once I'm done this. They have ones that are more highlighting, this is more bronzing, and I think it makes for a perfect base prior to the foundation that I went in with because I have a self tan on and I needed something bronzy underneath my foundation because I only had light medium shades to use because I wasn't planning on filming this video. I was gonna film my monthly favorites and then I'm just like, you know what, let's just film it and make the products work. So I had to make the products work for this video, and this is the primer I used. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic if you're looking for that bronzing drop sort of formula that you don't have to mix in with anything. It works nicely on its own because often for the bronzing drops, you really need to have a good moisturizer or something you can mix it in, even your foundation if you wanted to, just to make the formula work better. This has enough moisture in it that you can just go in as is. I had 4 of the foundation skin tints that they mentioned in the Best of Beauty for 2024, which doesn't surprise me because that's one of my favorite things to try on my channel is foundation. So for skin tints, let's go there first because I didn't use a skin tint. I went full on foundation for this look. For best clean makeup, we have the Tower 28 Lightweight Foundation, which I really liked because this also has SPF. You can't see it in Canada. It's covered up because we have different regulations in regards to SPF. It doesn't actually break me out, which often SPF does. That's not Korean made. My skin loves Korean skincare, if you're not familiar with my channel, but this does have SPF. It's a really nice lightweight sort of skin tint that I use it as, but this I like even more for a skin tint that won an award, and it's from Danessa Myricks Beauty. It's the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. This one, best skin tint. I can see why I love this for a good hydration to the skin. If you're more dry skin, this is a really fantastic skin tint because your skin doesn't absorb and suck this up, because often when my skin's very dry, it starts to eat away my makeup. This just stays on the skin and hydrates it, but holds its own because it has a little bit more thickness than some other skin tints that I've personally used. So I like it for that reason. And then this particular foundation that won, I brought to Florida with me when I went because it's really good for humidity and the Florida weather. It's the Fenty Beauty Foundation, and I couldn't use this today because this one is when I'm more fair. So the shade for sure wouldn't match for this. I have 190 when I have no tan, and this is really good for the wear of it. It also is quite perfecting, but it withstands humidity, sweat, all that, and I just think it's a really good one for summer. I reached for it a lot. And then the foundation I decided to use for this look, which I forgot how amazing this foundation is. It's very hard for me to purchase products of this price tag, and I don't use it that often because it is so pricey, but I remembered how beautiful of a foundation this was. This won for best splurges for the foundation category. So this is the Pat McGrath Labs foundation. This goes on so beautifully. Again, it's been a while since I've used this, and I forgot how incredible this makes my skin look. Actually flawless. And I even like how this looks on my skin more hydrated without setting. It's super perfecting, just lays on the skin beautifully. Builds like no other foundation. You can layer this up. You're not gonna look cakey at all. It builds gorgeous. Anyways, I was so in love with this when I applied it for this video. I can see why this won. It's amazing. Do I wish this didn't cost as much as it does? 100%. I don't want to repurchase something so pricey, but for special occasions or for today, it looks absolutely stunning, and I'm so happy with that foundation. For concealer, we have two categories here. We have Best Clean Makeup category and Best Medium Coverage Concealer. So when it comes to the Allure Awards, they really break it down for categories. Truly, if you had a very innovative product, it could probably fall into its own category and win. That's what I feel like at this point, especially for brows, which we'll get to. So I have the Kylie Cosmetics one, which won for Best Medium Coverage Concealer. And I really love the formula of this. It has a very interesting formula. It says it's the Power Plush Longwear Concealer. That plush consistency is what really sets this apart for me. I really noticed that when I initially tried it. I thought the formula of this differed from anything that I personally tried. So I do think it's a good concealer. However, the one that won for the clean category, I think is an even better concealer. And it's from Haus Labs. And this is what I used as my base for my eye makeup, as well as for concealing my under eyes and highlighting the face. I have the shade Light Medium Neutral. It's a beautiful shade. Why I don't reach for this as often as I should, I don't know why. Because this paired with that Pat McGrath foundation, it kind of helped correct the color, because I forgot to mention the Pat McGrath at the time. Oh, I did mention actually. It's not the right shade for me at the moment, so I had to do a lot of correcting in this video, and I think everything turned out really good, surprisingly, because I had so much correction to do. But this is a really nice hydrating concealer if you have drier under eyes. Oh, it's made in Korea. No wonder I love it. Everything made in Korea, it just works for my skin. You can see with application how flawless this made my skin look and how it helped match everything. This, if you're looking for a clean concealer with good coverage and hydration, this one I would definitely recommend to you. For Best Loose Powder, I haven't used this in so long, and it's one of the powders that I've actually gone through a whole jar of, which again shows how good of a product is to me if I actually go through one. Which I haven't touched as much because there's so many powders coming out on the market that I've just been trying, and I kind of forgot about this. But it's from One Size. It's their ultimate setting powder. As I said, it's a loose powder. You can see how it blurred my skin and how this worked with the Pat McGrath, the Haus Labs. It just works with whatever products you're using and helps smooth out pores, texture, whatever you got going on. I got it all. It helps smooth it out. So this is such a great powder. I'm so happy to have tried it with all of these products together, because as I said, I just love how my base makeup is looking, and I can see why this won. It is a great powder. Do I think other powders should win too? Absolutely. Because that's one of the categories, has some really standout powders currently, and it would be hard to decide, honestly, what the best powder was. I think there are better ones than that out there, but it is really good, and I'm really happy that I used it for this look because my skin is looking flawless, and it's thanks to the powder. Bronzer. Dare I say one of my favorite categories, if not my favorite category, is my favorite bronzer in the winning category. No, it is not. I love Haus Labs. If you're new to my channel, that's my favorite powder bronzer of all time is Haus Labs. But we have some good options that won this year. So for Best Bronzer Stick, which I actually use this more for contour, but it won for bronzer stick, is the LYS No Limits. And I have the shade Harmony. I use this to chisel out the face for my cheekbones, my jaw. You can really get some structure going with this. Has lots of pigment. Love the packaging. It is super pigmented, so just be careful. I love the undertone of this because it has more of an olive undertone if that's what you're looking for in a cream product like this, but it also works for contouring, which I really like. It's kind of that perfect color for me. I don't like anything too cool or too warm. Defeats the purpose of a contour, honestly, if it's too warm. So this color for me is perfection for medium skin tones. I've raved about this for so long and highly recommend checking it out. If you're looking for a contour stick, that's probably my #1, honestly. And then for contour palette, we have from Patrick Ta, and I have She Sculpted, which this particular color never really worked out for me, honestly, when I initially picked it up, and they did come out with other colors after, which I kind of wanted to pick up, but this is a formula. Even though I love his blushes, I don't actually reach for this duo that much. I personally think it's because I need a different color than that one, but I have not picked it up yet. The one that I want is always out of stock on Sephora Canada, so I'm waiting patiently to pick it up. And then for Best Powder Bronzer, we have the Charlotte Tilbury, and this one is hit and miss with me, but when it works, it really works. So today, thankfully for this video, it worked. But I have to say, because this is so pigmented, there are days when I struggle with this formula depending on how my base is. I have the shade Tan, which I probably could go a lower shade, which would help for the blending, honestly. But this one, I do go through stages. I go through love and hate stages with this. This isn't one of those bronzers that is consistently good for me. It is really pigmented, so I have to be careful for dusting it on. But because I was using one of the winning brushes, the Hourglass brush, it seemed to work for me, which I love dual-ended brushes, so I'm so happy to see the Hourglass one won in the category for powder. And then also I forgot to mention the Patrick Ta one, the dual-ended one for contour, which I did use to contour my face. So these are some winning brushes. I love to see dual-ended brushes, but I'm shocked that BK Beauty didn't make it into the brush category, because they've had some viral brushes on the market, which, where are they? Where's the 101, 109 and the concealer brush? Where are they? For blush, for the splurge category, I have to say I am extremely happy about this, because I fell in love with these liquid blushes. I had no intention of picking them up because they are pricey and I want it to be good and save my money. However, Hourglass happened to send me these in PR. I don't get Hourglass often, honestly, but I got these in PR, and boy, was I happy, because when I tried them, I fell in love with the formula. I wouldn't have tried them otherwise, because Hourglass is a splurging item, but these colors and this formula on the skin gives you that glass hydrated skin. It also is so flattering, not patchy or splotchy. I've heard some people say that they can lift and be a little splotchy. I have zero issue with them. They're one of the most easy to use formulas that are super beautiful on the skin. Even is what I'm looking for, and the colors are so stunning. I used Scene and Whim for my cheeks, and normally I don't go for the pinky shades, but I did because I felt like those were the most popular, so I wanted to show them in this video. Vision and Future are my personal favorites, which I've used on my channel, so I did use the pinkier options and set with powder on top, but you can still see it peeking through. Like, these are beautiful colors, super even, gives that glow from within. They are stunning, and I'm a huge fan of them. They're my favorite win from the blush category, though they had Best Powder Blush, which are the NARS powder blushes, which I do have, but I didn't want to alter the formula of this, so I didn't use two. And then also we have Milani Baked Blushes, which Luminoso, hi, I'm sure this has won before, but the baked blushes from Milani. And then this one was a little bit of a surprise to me, but we have LYS again, and this is for clean makeup. So this is one of their Cream Glow blushes, and these were really metallic, which I'm surprised would win, only because for blush, I don't feel like that's a very popular option, but I did like this. And if you're into something different that's clean, metallic, really pigmented, and I love the price point of LYS on Sephora, then maybe you would like it. So I don't think it's a bad formula. Obviously, I still have it. I haven't given away to a friend or family member yet because I still use it. So I do like it, but if I were to pick one, it would have to be those Hourglass blushes. I think they definitely deserve the win this year. For highlight, one of my favorite highlight formulas are the Rare Beauty, and I used Exhilarate to highlight the face, and then I used Enlighten for my inner corner highlight. And this is a very, very intense highlight, very delicate formula, as you can see, because both of mine are broken, have gouges out of them. I love the colors. I love how smooth these are on the skin. The formula can be super blinding with only a little bit of product. This would last me my lifetime for how blinding it is, which I often forego highlight these days, because if you could see my skin prior to going in with highlight, I thought it looked stunning, but I did add the highlight to show you that this can give a little bit of highlight to the face. I did on my nose just to brighten up some areas, and if I were to wear highlight, it would be this as one of my picks for sure. So it's a top highlight formula for me, and I can see why it won an award. It's definitely deserving. For setting spray, I don't actually have either of them, but I've used both of them, and I don't have them. Let's say it together because I didn't care for them. So we have the Best Dewy setting spray, which was the Urban Decay All Nighter Extra Glow setting spray. Gave that to my friend who likes that more glowy finish. I were to pick a glowy spray, it would be my Delba. You already know that. And they have a best matte setting spray, which was the Milk Makeup one. It's supposed to eclipse the pores, which when I used that, I just did not care for that either. I think both of them I have used on my channel in a try new makeup probably for you to see, but I didn't use them to set my face today because I don't have them and I don't like either of them. So that's why they are not here in this video. For lips, at the beginning of my tutorial, I had on the Best Tinted Lip Balm, which is from Summer Fridays. This does not surprise me. These are so popular. People love these lip balms. I love these lip balms. And I forgot how much I love this color. Can they please make this permanent? This was my favorite one. It was the birthday cake one, which was to celebrate their something anniversary. And I am afraid to use it, but I did use it for this video, but it has a bit of sparkle in it. Such a pretty pink on the lips. And by far my favorite one, but I do have a ton of different shades. In these, I'm constantly giving these away to people too because people ask me what I have. They're like, do you have Summer Fridays lip balms? And I'm like, yes, I do. These are very popular. They have some good gift sets out for minis if you want to try different colors. So now would be the time. I'll link one that I've seen on Sephora down below if you want to go check it out. But a great lip balm if you're looking for something tinted. This is Best Daytime Lip Balm, and this is where the categories, like, really? Do we go tinted, daytime? Like, how many categories do we need for lip balm? But anyways, I think they just want to share as many brands as they can. This is the Ulla Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. I really like this. It's in Strawberry Sorbet. The smell of this, not my favorite strawberry out there if I'm going to be honest, but the formula is really good. So I can see why that one. A lot of people love that formula. And then for my lip pencil, I have the MakeupByCheryl ones, which I can see why. I love these two colors that I have. I have Almond and Travis, which I use both to create my lip today. It's a very creamy long wearing formula and the colors are beautiful. MakeupByCheryl really did wonders with this formula, and I love that he includes a sharpener in all his packagings, and there's a little lip brush on the end of these too. So if you need to feather things out, blend it out, it's just a really good pencil formula. Best tinted lip gloss formula are these Refi ones, which I do really like too. I love the shine factor of these, but they're not what I use for this video because I wanted to use best makeup steel category. So we have one of the ones that I didn't use here are the CoverGirl Yummy Glosses, which are phenomenal if you're looking for a gloss with high shine that are affordable. But this is one of my favorite formulas, high-end, affordable, all time. This is one of my favorite formulas out there. I'm wearing this obviously on my lips today, and it's the e.l.f. Cosmetics Glow Reviver Lip Oil. And these feel incredible. They look incredible. I have 3 shades here. I always use pink quartz though. I have rosewood and I recently got honey talks because I kept hearing everyone talk about this color, which I was debating using for today, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just stick to my everyday sort of makeup, which is pink quartz, which I absolutely love. So if you're looking for something which has the hydration, the glow, and the wear, because this isn't a super thin lip oil formula, which there are some on the market that are still nice, but this one holds on longer because it does have a little bit more thickness to it, which I appreciate for a gloss or lip oil formula. So highly recommend these if you have not checked them out. These deserve all the awards. For brows, let me just read off the categories quickly for you, and I'll throw up the pictures of each of the products, but we have Best Brow Wax, Best Clear Brow Gel, Best Tinted Brow Gel, Best Brow Pencil, Best Brow Pen, Best Tinted Brow Wax, which is the one that I'm showing you today. I didn't like the brow pen. I still have it. I need to give this away though. I didn't like the gel. I didn't like the pen. So, didn't like the Maybelline one. I did like this brow wax, and it's from Benefit, which I'd be shocked if Benefit wasn't included in a brow category. Like, you have to include something from Benefit, right? So this is the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Wax. This is a product that I didn't often use up until this was introduced to me when they released this, because there's other brow waxes on the market that I have used that I just didn't like as much as this one. It's the shade 3. And I like this because it kind of lightens my brows to have a little bit more warmth to match my hair a little bit better. So you can kind of see how cool tone and deep my brows were prior to applying this, and how this just adds that little bit of warmth, kind of like highlighting the brows for me. So I think this is a really great finishing step, and one that I don't use often, but when I do, I think my brows look great with it. So I'm really happy they included this. I remember when I first tried this, I fell in love with it, but I just kind of neglected it because it's just an extra step. I don't need to add a fourth step to my brows, but I really like how my brows look today. So I'm happy that I rediscovered that product for this video. Best eyelash curler was this Allure. They always win, it seems, but I have a limited edition one here. It's red. Theirs is typically a silver, but I really like this eyelash curler. It's one of the ones that I reach for often. I also have the Tweezerman one, which I think is really good. And then I already mentioned the two brushes that I had that won in their respective category. And then we also have one last product that I didn't use for the tutorial, but I did have it here. And it is the Best Multi-Use Palette, which are these Makeup Forever ones, which are phenomenal if you need foundation, concealer, correction, contour, blush, highlight. It's all in here. Such a beautiful formula. If you like underpainting, I think it's a really great palette to use for that. Or if you're a makeup artist, I think you'd find use out of that. I don't use it that often, but I did when it initially came out. I was using it all the time, but I just haven't reached for it in a while. And then still in the beauty category, we have fragrance, which I thought it'd be fun to share some of the fragrances that won awards. For Best Woody Fragrance, we have the YSL Myself, which they just recently sent to me, but I had a sample for my husband and we both loved it. And then this came in the mail and we were so happy. So this is what he's been wearing. I even stole it the one day because I love to wear men's fragrances because I just think they smell so sexy. And especially in the fall is the time when I go and steal my husband's fragrances. So this is a really, really good one. Definitely go smell it. As I said, I like it even for myself. For Best Gourmand, which hands up, thumbs up. Are you a gourmand lover like me? Because this one for Best Gourmand. It is the Burberry Goddess fragrance. I'm wearing this today. I, again, forgot how much I love this one. It was kind of hiding because I forgot I had this in travel. So I'm setting it back out to use because it's an incredible scent. I really love it. It's not as gourmand as I typically go for. You're not going to smell like cupcake and it's not going to smell like a candle either. So it's kind of that really nice in-between gourmand scent, I feel. Very good vanilla. And it has different layers to it, so you're not going to just smell like a cookie. Though I'm not opposed to smelling like that myself. And then we have Vanilla Skin from Allure, which won Best Hair Fragrance. So let's throw all the vanilla on me today and just smell like a vanilla dream. But they did come out with a perfume of this one too. I love their fragrance mist, so this I'm really happy to see. Very popular one, if not the most popular from Allure, is Vanilla Skin. So I can see why that won an award this year. And then we have some random category products, just 4 to go over that I saw that they had that I wanted to talk about. So they have the Best Detangling Hairbrush, which I used this on my daughter and she has super, super fine long hair. And the way that kind of hair tangles, you need this brush. So it's from Tangle Teaser. I recommend this to literally everyone in my life. And I don't think I've ever mentioned this on YouTube. So gonna link this below for you guys. There's all the hair in it. I shouldn't be showing that side, but Best Detangling Brush. You can use it on wet hair. It's incredible. Best Hand Sanitizer is from Touchland, and I 100% agree. I picked up a ton of these when I was in the US at Target and also at Sephora, and I already need to restock on these because I use them all the time. I put one in my daughter's handbag for school. We both love it. I just love how it sprays. Like you just, like that. Like you don't have to dump out a little Bath and Body Works one or anything like that. They smell so good. Overpriced, yes. They're not the $30 though that I saw on Allure's website that I was saying it was going for on Amazon, but maybe that's because they found the Canadian shopping for me because I did not pay that. I paid 10 bucks for this, which is still too much money, honestly, for a hand sanitizer. Best mouthwash out there is TheraBreath. I've mentioned this before on my channel. I love this because they have a mild mint option. So if you really don't like super strong flavored mouthwashes, this one is super mild and it will make your breath fresh. It says it's clinically shown to fight bad breath for 12 hours. It's true. You use this morning, night, whatever. It is so incredible, and I love that it's mild. No alcohol in this either. So definitely check that out. I'll have it linked below. And then lastly is Best Antiperspirant Stick, which if you follow me, you know that I use natural deodorant, and this one is not natural. But there are times, at least for me, when I cannot get away with a natural deodorant, okay? For those times, especially if it's a stressful event, I have to wear an antiperspirant like this or I'm going to stink. I want to say 99% of the time I'm wearing natural. There comes that 1% occasion where I know I'm going to be stressed and I need a clinical deodorant, and this one works. This one's so good. This is the Secret Clinical Completely Clean Invisible Solid, and I've used this, as I said, for those times when I have stressful things in my life going on, when a natural deodorant just won't cut it. I wish it could, but it can't for me. I'm happy to see that one won because it truly works for me and has helped me out in times when I've needed that deodorant. I think that's everything for this video. I know it's so long. There's so many products and there's even more on their website. I'm gonna link their article to all their best ofs if you wanna go check it out. I was gonna include hair too, but this video is just way too long. So they have hair categories, skincare, makeup, beauty. They have affordable, clean, you name it, categories, you'll find it on their website for their Allure Best of Beauty winners, so definitely go check it out. This is just a selection of the things that I wanted to comment on for this video, and I had so much fun filming it. So thank you to Allure for messaging my one video. I would not have known that it was going live today, so you helped me out. Let me know if you love and use any of these products that I featured in this video, your thoughts on the Allure Awards, all that good stuff in the comments. Let's have a conversation going discussing the best of beauty for 2024. I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say. So leave your comments down below. Thumbs up this video if you enjoy it. Want to see it next year so I can remember. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, I'd absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.